is a presentation of Real Wise Productions and Komen Media Incorporated. Another journalist losing objectivity. What a shock. Next on Mentality. Welcome to another installment of Mentality, the place of iron sharpens iron in the realm of health, mental health, love, entrepreneurship, and brotherhood, all from a man's perspective. I am one of the co-hosts of this show, Cole Johnson, and I am joined as always by the other half of this platform, the dynamic duo that we are, one Wise El Jefe. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing great, brother. I'm doing great. How you doing?
Man, I can't complain. Feel a little flirtatious, are you? Well, flirting is a good thing, not just in dating. In fact, marriages need to actually have a little more flirting in it. Now, people think that it's only for single folks, but no, it's basically to help keep you and your partner bonded and satisfied in and outside the bedroom. Now, there are 5 distinctive ways you can flirt according to a University of Kansas study: physical flirting, traditional flirting, polite flirting, sincere flirting, and playful flirting. Now, physical flirting, of course, deals with sexual desires. Traditional is one where one courts another who takes a more passive role. Polite flirting, of course, it's one where good manners play a large role in it. Sincere flirting is when you have a strong emotional connection that's established. And of course, playful flirting, that is when fun and silliness are most important in it. My question to you, sir, is which flirting style describes you best?
Well, me and wifey be joking. We just recently, it's just been joking around, and that's how we've been flirting more recently. And I just enjoy it. I enjoy just being a crack a joke or something, and it's a different kind of energy. It's fun and entertaining. So,
like you said, flirting through humor, man, yeah, gold star. That has been the golden ticket as of late. So yeah, I love it. I love it.
You don't realize how humor plays a big part in your relationship with your significant other, and it does. Is you if you have to be able to enjoy a laugh and be it at something I might do, something stupid that I might do, or something silly she might do, whatever it is, you got to be able to laugh it off and just and enjoy it. Like,
Yeah.
So she comes up to me like with the straightest of faces and so yeah, I got the sugar daddy. I'm like, play with me if you want. And we're just laughing. I'm just laughing like, all right, you got a sugar daddy, okay. But I know she's joking, but she wants to be funny. So
We all have stress, right? We all endure it, we all incur it, and we all try to deal with it. Things such as like the car not starting, children being late for practice, emails that pour from one time of work to the end. All those moments where we just feel overwhelmed and frustrated. Stress is just a big part of life, right? So, how can we find ways to reduce it? So, there's 5 steps that a psychiatrist suggests from Washington University School of Medicine, uh, and the suggestions are as follows: you take time for yourself, create a routine, create boundaries between home and work, recognize the signs and symptoms of chronic stress, and of course, one of the things that we support the most: talking to a therapist. Now, my question to you, sir, is what are the tools you use to combat mounting stress?
Me? Uh,
Mm.
Podcasting. That's my therapy where I actually get to speak and let out whatever I have on my mind, whatever emotions I have. So podcasting is key for me. Being able to do my podcast, being able to sit down and express how I feel without repercussions or without anybody judging me or whatever. It's refreshing, and it's helped me realize, listen, this life is not easy, and you're gonna have your
Mhm.
ups and you're gonna have your downs. It's how you deal with it. It's how you react. Is you can let it all consume you, or you can
Mhm.
combat it one step at a time.
For me, I've done this a while, being podcasting, I mean. And yeah, I find this to be therapeutic. I mean, there's times when there's times I've actually had arguments with either someone at work or even at home, and I may cut an episode of whatever show I'm doing, and I find myself feeling a whole lot better after recording because I got the anger out of me
Yeah.
and channeled it into the content creation that I did. So yeah, so I guess if it falls under the therapy route and the routine route, because that is part of what I do deal, and
Yeah.
taking time for myself too,
Yeah,
because
so
we all do. We all need it.
it's like you're able to do multiple of them at one time when you podcast. You find time
Hmm.
for yourself because this is your time to be able to reflect on whatever you have to
Hmm.
talk about. And
Hmm.
then again, the therapeutic part of it is you talking about it.
Right.
And then just the joy of being able to do something I love to do.
Hmm.
There's no topping it. There's nothing better than to be able to express yourself
Hmm.
doing something you love to do.
Right.
And when you find that love, you want to do it as much as possible. And I'm, bro, we both create a ton of content weekly.
Right.
We're all over the place. You're doing Snowman in the morning. You're doing your shows. We're doing
Hmm.
mentality.
Hmm.
You're doing your regular 9 to 5 job
Hmm.
stuff.
Right. Hmm.
And that's not even including your BS3 stuff now with the title you have at BS3. And then
Right.
all the other stuff that people be throwing at your show, Cole, can I get this? Cole, can I get that?
Yeah.
But you find a way to manage it. You find a way to balance
Hmm.
it out.
Earl Stevens. Well, we don't know him by that name, but we do know him by E40. And for those who don't know, he is a Bay Area legend and native rap superstar. Has been that way for 25, at least 25 years. Longer than
He's an
that,
old,
if you yeah,
he's an
longer than that.
OG of the game.
ti-
He's
Yeah,
an OG of the
very much an
game,
OG in
man.
the game. Yeah,
He's well respected in the rap community, and
as he should be. Yeah, as he
yeah.
should be. Yeah, because he's been at it longer than that. I think
Yeah,
at least 35, maybe even close to 40 years in the game.
yeah.
Well, he also reps everything Bay Area. You see him at Giants games, 49ers games, A's games if necessary in the playoffs, which I think I have seen him attend an A's game when they were in the playoffs, and Warriors games. He actually has courtside seats to see the Warriors at the Chase Center in San Francisco. Well, they're playing in Sacramento this past weekend, and unfortunately, in the Golden One Center in Sacramento, he got into an altercation with a fan, and he got the heave ho from the Golden One Center in the fourth quarter. There was security officials that walked to him his courtside seat and said, "Excuse me, sir, you got to go." And the reason why I'm flagging this as material is in a statement as of this recording yesterday, E40 said that he was subjected to disrespectful heckling all throughout the game. And when he finally turned around to address the comments, the security officials approached him and assumed that he was instigating the encounter and proceeded to kick him out of the arena. Now, my question to you, sir, is when you hear this, how should Golden One Center and the Kings organization investigate E40's claim?
Um, go in with going in with really with an open mind. Like I don't understand why this man would have anything to lie about. I can understand why fans will heckle him because he is
Yeah.
he is known. You can't miss E40. You
No.
see 40, you know who he is, and especially if you're from Sacramento on still Cali, they know who he is. So
Right.
I'm sure those fans heckling him, and I'm sure and fans can be very disrespectful. I'm not. I've been to games. I've heard how some fans talk to players or to other fans. It's just listen. We all come spend our money, have a good time, enjoy the event. But there are people that can get very disrespectful, and I'm sure, being the man that he is, he's not going to allow for anyone to disrespect him.
Yeah.
I don't see a need. I don't see E40 instigating anything. He knows
Exactly.
who he is. He knows what kind of society we're in. He's not gonna go out and act a fool, especially out repping his team, the Dubs.
Come
on.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I'm sure. I'm sure. Again, could it be racially motivated? Could it have been like, was the fan that he got into it white? Who knows? I don't know. I don't know the whole situation, but you wonder why he was the one escorted out. Did the other person get escorted out?
Reportedly, no.
I would want to know why.
We're just getting started. Mentality will return.
That's why we here on this platform.
Marriage, a loving splendor, a daily grind. Such is the case when Damien and Jamie get together and chop it up, for marriage is real.
Let's just lay it all out here. Let's just be real with it.
Join this wonderful couple who keeps it real and always in love. BS3 Network proudly presents Marriage is Real, where love is the only thing that matters. Live every Tuesday at 8:30 Central. Oh, and Jamie has something to say.
Deuces and trays.
What do you get when you watch or listen to the Life Happens podcast? Well, I'll let them tell you.
Kim and I are both ministers of the gospel, and Life Happens podcast is a beautiful balance by simply taking our spirituality with real life and merging it together to create a beautiful balance. And that's what we do.
BS3 Network proudly presents Life Happens podcast, where Christianity and life intersect. Live every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central. Welcome back to Mentality, the show that is created for all men. With Wize and Cole Johnson. And, we like to joke and laugh and all that. Unfortunately, we also have to deal with the serious issues too. And this one is a little bit on the serious side for so many different reasons. And why is that? Well, welcome to the latest installment of Politically Speaking. Now, this starts exactly 3 weeks ago to the date of this recording, March 27th, where it was an unfortunate shooting 30 miles from where I live. It was a shooting in Nashville of a Presbyterian school, and it was in a rather privileged neighborhood. So this was not like an inner city school shooting. This actually was a shooting that took place in probably one of the richest areas of Nashville. So, of course, the debate has been about gun reform. Well, that got taken to the state assembly floor in downtown Nashville, where we fast forward a week and there's a heated debate about gun reform. Some who want to I guess you could say, put more stringent laws to it, and others who are saying, well, the laws of finance it's about policing those who actually own the weapons. Enter a trio of Tennessee Democrats who were subject to expulsion votes during that week over this gun reform debate that turned into a protest, and it has gotten national attention because of it. Now, the three have been known as the Tennessee Three. The one who did not get expelled, Representative Gloriajohnson, and the two which were, that would be Justinjones and Justinpearson. Now, they fast forward another week, and both of them have been voted to be reinstated into the General Assembly of the state. What is the hang up with wanting schools to be safer? And I say it from that aspect of, why is this a debate?
Because the lobbyists, because you have people paying money. Okay, and then and the fact that the white Democrat woman was not expelled. It was two brothers. The two brothers were expelled, not
That's
the
correct.
white woman. And I have nothing against her.
Mm-hmm.
She was taken up for her beliefs. But
Mhm.
why was it that the two brothers were expelled?
That's a wonderful question. That's a wonderful question. And then to give you the layout of the political map that is Tennessee. So the two brothers represented Memphis and Nashville. Both those cities
Highly
are
densely black populated. That's where majority of the black community lives in.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yes.
And both cities are staunchly Democratic. Both of them. Now, the woman who she is a Democrat. She is from the Knoxville area. Knoxville is staunchly Republican. Staunchly Republican. I mean, the county is so red the ground bleeds it. It's not even funny. So although she was one vote away from being expelled, still it almost makes you think, white woman, she's in a Republican heavy area. Maybe not. But maybe we could teach a lesson to the other two. It almost makes you think that. And all because you're debating about gun reform. So how have we gotten to this place of being disagreeable in nuanced conversations?
Because this is what they do. This is how they divide us. They continue with this narrative that we want to take away your gun, that they want to take away your guns, and it has nothing to do with that. It all has to do with we want to keep our guns in the right people's hands, not in people that are going to use it to go do mass shootings.
Right.
Like, we just had a Sweet 16 shot up in Alabama.
Yep. Yesterday. Yep.
This is crazy.
Oh, and then last Monday you had a bank that was shot up in Louisville. Last Monday. And this is on top of the school shooting, which led to all of this in Nashville. So, yeah. All of this, and seemingly those facts seem to be washed over from the aspect of politics in lieu of I'm red, I'm for guns, I'm blue, I'm against guns. And it's gone to that particular type of cheerleading aspect.
But that's, I'm
paint
not red.
No, I know.
No, but I'm not red,
either.
and I'm a registered gun owner.
Yeah, I'm not red either, but I'm for weapons. I know how to use one.
Yes,
I'm for one.
I've gone to the range. I've practiced. I've made sure. I am a registered gun owner. My gun is locked away.
Yeah. But conversations seem to become broken down into such a baseless, simple, almost kindergarten level understanding that, okay, so if you say that you back the blue, and I'm not talking about police, I mean politically, you back the blue, that means you're for heavier and stricter gun laws. Hello, Chicago. If you back the red, that means you do back the blue, and this time I do mean police. And you're for relaxed gun control. And you know, I think that we have to talk about the sins. That's more important than whatever political affiliation you may be or not, because if I'm not mistaken, sir, you don't belong to a political party.
I could do consider myself independent. I don't really care for either side. To me, they both lie. So I don't really care for either side. Like, I'm not gonna say that one is better than the other. It's the choice of two evils. Like, you can't go right either way.
And you, sir, just described mine. Because I'm the exact same way for the exact same reason, and that's the exact same rationale I have. It's like
they both lie. They both lie.
Yeah.
They both have their agendas. They both have their agendas. That does not include us regular folk.
No,
it don't. But yet they divide us. They have us regular folks divided. We're serving them instead of it being the other way around.
And it should be the other way around. That's the scary part.
That's the problem here. Like, Y'all following these people. Y'all need to be leading. You need to be telling them what to do.
Mhm.
That's the problem. We're not serving them. They're not serving us. We're serving them.
Mhm.
They're not doing anything for us.
And that's what makes this whole situation of politics backwards in this country.
How is it that even if you serve one term in office,
Mhm.
you have permanent life insurance, health insurance, life, whatever,
For life.
benefits.
Mhm.
But
For
if I
life.
get fired from a job or I
That's
leave
it.
a job,
You
it
may get it.
stops.
You might be lucky if you have that to the end of that month.
It stops. It
Mhm.
stops. So why are we paying the bill for these politicians? They're no longer serving the community. They're off working for private companies doing other things. Then they should not have. We should not be paying for their health benefits. But this is
Mhm.
one of the perks of being a public servant. This is ridiculous. No, we shouldn't be paying for these people. I have to pay for myself and these politicians. No.
Mentality will be back in 2 and 2. There's a 100% chance of a laugh thunderstorm. 4 men with different viewpoints take a movie, show, or documentary and review it uncensored, unfiltered, uncompromised, with no holds barred. Join BS3, Wilkes, King Doc, and H-Rap B as they take on Hollywood their own way. BS3 Network proudly presents The Forecast, where H-Rap B always predicts,
if I owe you something, I ain't got it. And if you need it, get it from God.
live every Monday at 8:30 p.m. Central. Check your local listings for your viewing and listening pleasure.
You have to learn to live with yourself before you can make a commitment of yourself to someone else.
When you go to something that's already structured, like the church, I don't need to go in there thinking I'm the pastor. It's like already one set up. You know what I'm saying?
It just had everything. But I learned, you know what I'm saying? Everything I did, I learned from.
So we look forward to seeing you same time, same place. Know that we love you, God loves you more. Continue to stay safe, do the right thing, stay out of trouble.
Conversation that informs a community. Brothers of Legacy. Every weekday morning at 9 a.m. Eastern.
So people who push pens and all this, push buttons and pens and all this, get full lifetime benefits, even if they just serve one term. But yet, our men and women who go fight wars and battles and serve and leave their families, when they're no longer in the military, they have nothing.
Well, I mean, to your point.
How does that work? How does that work?
Mm-hmm. To your point, Gerald Ford. He got in office in August of 1974 to finish the term that finish the second term that Richard Nixon left. And he only served 2 years and 4 months. 5 months, I'm sorry. 2 years and 5 months before he got voted out of office and Jimmy Carter replaced him. He had Secret Service protection, and health insurance the rest of his life. Just for serving 2 years in office. Not 2 years as a president. Not a full term, 2 years.
That just blows my mind. It blows my mind. And then a lot of these politicians have become multi-millionaires while serving the public.
Nancy Pelosi.
Mitch
Multiple
McConnell.
times. Yeah. Multiple term senators and representatives. And they are multimillionaires.
It's ridiculous. Like, how is it that your constituents is suffering, yet you are multi-millionaire? It blows my mind.
You know what's funny? It almost is like the political version of how people parody preachers.
Yeah.
That they get rich off the backs of a community that most of them are poor. It seems this way with politicians too. It's like they seem to be getting wealthy off of the backs of those who probably combined in their constituency can't afford them.
Well, yeah, because of course you got lobbyists coming in and hey, pass this bill for us. Get this bill passed for us. We got something for everybody who voted for it. Believe me, I'm sure plenty of votes have been paid for. Oh yeah, it's a campaign contribution. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, I need this gun reform. I need this this bill passed with this included.
Yeah, if you do that, here's an envelope, a whole lot of bills.
Yeah.
As the thank you. Yeah. But they'll explain it by saying, "Oh, well, I'm using a high profile celebrity to write books, and I get millions of dollars from the sales of those books." That's not all the money you get. And then don't give me the is that and the public speaking engagements. Okay, yeah, they may pay you a good chunk, but that's not what makes you wealthy, especially in government, and double especially in Washington. So you can miss me with that.
You're not getting booked like that, and they're not paying you an absorbent amount because no, you have to really be a name.
Yeah,
you have to be a Clinton. You have to be an Obama.
Right.
You have to be someone with a name, with clout, whatever.
Yeah,
ones who can get paid.
Yeah, ones who can draw six figure appearances. Yeah. Why is it that we still faced with voices being silenced in a democratic society?
Because it's the Matrix, man. It's the Matrix. It's crazy, man. There's so many different things. It's so many different. They're using so many different tactics to divide us. They have the battle against being a gender. The battle of or if you support Trump or if you don't support Trump,
and that's just in the Republican Party.
Yeah. Just all these things. There's so many different topics, like labels, like again, something we discussed before, labels, being labeled something. Why all of a sudden you want to start labeling these kids? Why one of the things is all the battles in schools, books being banned. Are we not this country of free speech and you being able to read what you choose to? I think it's been the fact that government has restricted what parents can do.
Oh yeah,
because that's where the battle begins, is at home. And when we started with this nonsense of, oh, do your parents beat you? Call CPS or whoever it is in your community and kids were throwing that in parents' faces, like, I'm gonna call police.
Yeah, started with the generation after us. Yeah,
our generation would have never thought about that. we would have been
Look.
knocked out before we dialed the 9.
It
wasn't even dialing. We was doing the rotary.
That's what I was about to say. As soon as
we rotored the 9, we getting knocked out.
Nobody's like, oh, I'm calling CPS. So I pick up the
the
receiver.
My mom probably hand me the phone.
My mother will hand me the phone.
After she punched me with it.
Oh no. See, I got the double treatment. My mother would hand me the phone. I'd pick up the receiver. I'd have my finger ready to reach for the 9, and my father would give me a good right cross. No, man, come on, no. The freaking right hook just connected sweet to the jaw. That would be me if I would even come close to dialing 911, saying my parents are mistreating me. Get out of here.
And that's
you're
why
doing something stupid. And your parents decide to lean on you. That's not a problem. You should applaud them. They're saving your behind.
I don't understand how we, as a society, permit it. Like we're giving these politicians way too much power to decide our fate, and them not giving about any of us. It's all about lining their pockets. It's all about, let's continue with this war and propaganda and all this nonsense, and keep the people fighting amongst each other, debating on stupid or watching ridiculous TV programming, all the stuff that they. I just be amazed. I'm amazed at what. Look at some of the shows we watch in the Black community. We no longer have shows like The Cosby Show, A Different World. We have more shows like Love and Hip Hop,
Basketball Wives,
yeah,
Real Housewives of whatever the city.
That's not real life. TikTok is prime example, right?
Yeah.
It's the government is trying to regulate it, saying that it's. But you know how many people how many regular people have benefited from TikTok? Really changed the future of their family because of some of the money they've generated because of TikTok.
It's a few.
Yeah.
It's a few have. Yeah.
Yeah. So with everything, anything and everything, they have its good points and its bad points.
Of course.
But when they can't regulate it, when they can't control it, then they want to destroy it. They'll point out all the bad, but they don't point out any of the good benefits of doing what TikTok is doing. It's giving people a creative lane of expressing themselves and doing there's some funny stuff. Like most of the stuff I see on TikTok is entertaining, positive content. But when you go looking for that other nonsense, that's when that pops up.
Yeah, and you'll find it. Yeah. If you look for it hard enough, you'll find it.
You'll find it. But that's not stuff that I'm looking at. I'm looking at much more positive content, much more. So that's what pops up on my feed.
Now, you know that I'm a huge Public Enemy fan. And in this conversation, I am struck by the beginning of She Watched Channel Zero. And it's so funny. This was something said 35 years ago by, of all people, Flavor Flav, when he says, "You blind, baby. You're blind from the fact of who you are by watching that garbage." And that could apply to everybody in today's times. Later, we will have Thoughts from the Throne. This is Mentality. What's on E. Dicker's mind?
A and B, I'm going to see my way out of it. Because why? I don't care. I have a message for people who do nothing but complain about black people. We can't change who we are. You called the cops on me. I think that every time you call the cop on someone on a false accusation, your need to be a little bit punished.
BS3 Network proudly presents a man with a lot to say and is unabashed to say it. What's on E. Digger's mind? Sundays at 7:30 p.m. Central. Check your local listings for your viewing and listening pleasure. Are you looking for something to do on your lunch break? Well, there's a show on the BS3 Network that has only 4 words to say to you.
We ready, we ready, we ready for y'all. We ready, we ready.
The Lunch Break with AJ, powered by JM&E. Live weekdays at noon Central. Welcome back to Mentality, where you are in the ultimate masculine safe space with Wize and Cole Johnson. And now it's time to introduce something I think is going to make my partner angry and happy and probably cathartic or use catharsis at the same time. And I know this normally is something we do after the rundown, but we're going to do it now here. Welcome to Celebrity Style. Now, one of our favorite journalists, and yes, I'm saying this in sarcasm, Jason Whitlock, late last month was on Tucker Carlson, and he was responding to when the former President Donald Trump was being arrested and charged with crimes in New York, the state of New York. In the backdrop of seeing people support the former president and to Mr. Carlson himself, this is what Mr. Whitlock had to say.
Tucker, I don't say this with pride. I really don't. I'm just being factual. I've never voted. And so I'm not saying that with pride. I'm hardcore MAGA tonight. I will be voting. I am hardcore MAGA. I've never voted. I did, I observed Trump. I'm somewhat supportive of Trump, but they have made me MAGA. And they have made me ready for whatever is next, because what they are building for young people, I can't sit by and just let it happen without raising my voice and without being willing to sacrifice whatever so that kids don't live in a communist Marxist society. These people that think the government is going to take care of them don't understand history. That they've never studied history. They don't understand how tyrannical a government is. If they have their way, if they have their way, we're all catching except for the elites. And yes, I have a very good bank account, and perhaps I'm an elite, but my heart is working class. My parents were factory workers. I came from nothing in this country. I'm black. They're telling everybody, black kid, oh, you can't come from nothing and make it in this country. That's This country is the greatest country in the history of the planet. It's the safest, most prosperous place for black people and all people. That's why people are beating down the doors to get here. And they've demonized the whole thing, and they've turned Trump into this devilish Luciferian character when they are the devils. They're the ones that don't believe in God.
Where has the objectivity of being a journalist gone? I'm just going to start there. The floor is yours.
I don't know what to say about this dude. I don't know. I don't know what to say about him, man. Seriously, now he's full, he's never voted in his life. Now I'm full blown MAGA. Oh, shut the f up, please. And Tucker Carlson there looking at him like, oh, really? Please, Jason Whitlock does not speak for the black community. Just so y'all understand this. All right? Just so y'all understand this. Oh, I'm for the people. No, you're not. Because I didn't hear you say anything about Portnoy or Oberman when they said anything about Angel Reese. I didn't hear you say anything. Didn't talk. Didn't say a word. Now, because Trump gets indicted in New York for shady business dealings, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you're full-blown MAGA. Like, dude, Trump has shown endlessly that he doesn't care about anyone but himself. So you support this narcissist. Oh, I forget. You're a narcissist as well. Because it's all about you. I'm saying it takes a narcissist to know one. So and again, Tucker Carlson had the dumbest look on his face. like Jason Whitlock was spitting some knowledge. Please. And he does not speak for black people. I think black people disowned him years ago. We've turned him over to you like, I don't take him. Y'all can have Jason Whitlock.
Take him.
You don't want him.
Take him.
Take MAGA. Take him, MAGA. Take him. He's yours. He's all yours. Take his fat with you.
Not take him, MAGA. Oh my gosh.
Take him. Please. You'll be doing us a favor.
Oh Lord.
Doing us a favor. And then on Fox News. This is then Fox fire your
oh man.
Didn't they? I could have sworn they fired his. So he came back, oh master, sorry. I'm gonna speak some truth. Let me speak. Oh Lord, please. Oh my God.
All right. I'm so glad you mentioned this too, because this was something that it seemed oxymoronic and hypocritical. He spoke so passionately about the American dream. If he's so staunch about the American dream, why hasn't he ever voted before?
He just contradicted himself. I've never voted, but I think I'm gonna vote MAGA now. Yeah, the American dream. This is what you've never voted, never once, not once. But you probably voted for like MVP or something, like right or something. Like how do you?
Of course.
How do you not vote and then criticize the system? But now you want to go on Fox and talk about I'm MAGA. It's like if you were slurping a Slurpee, buddy.
Oh no.
You just Fearless. That's the name of his show, right? Fearless.
That's the name of his show, Fearless with Jason Whitlock. Yes. On the Blaze. Yes.
Okay. All right. I'm done. I'm done talking about this dude. He's getting too much of my time. This is the conversation I really shouldn't be having. These are the conversations I really should be having. It's about this moron. Because he's not doing anything beneficial to anybody but himself. Again, he's trying to make. I say this every time. Why is it every time I speak about this clown, I'm pointing out the fact that he's trying to make himself relevant. Every single time I speak about this clown is because he's trying to make himself relevant. He said, "I'm MAGA full blown now." Like MAGA gonna come. Oh, Jason Whitlock is MAGA. Let's yes. Jason Whitlock is MAGA. Oh, okay. Oh my God. There's some words I really want to say, but I'm gonna refrain myself from going that low. But I was gonna drop some bombs on his fat. Because I'm fat too, so I could talk about fat people. Fat, greasy. You can take that red MAGA hat and shove it up where the sun don't shine. You greasy. Oh my God. Jason Whitlock. This is Vicola. You're right. The Bizarro Wize gets brought out by. I found out what brings out Bizarro Wize. Jason Whitlock. That piece of really brings him out. Because he's a moron. He's a moron. He joins Dave Portnoy and Keith Olbermann as morons of the year. There will be some added more names later on this year. I'm sure of it. I'm almost positive before the end of the year there'll be at least 15 more names on that list.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
And I think on the New Year's episode, I'm going to announce moron of the year.
Well, you've heard it here first. In about 8.5 months, we will have an episode where Bizarro Wize will name the moron of the year.
Yes.
Oh my God.
No, it's the moron of the year.
I'm sorry.
No, but I know why you can't. But yes, he can. My partner's not gonna. But the moron of the year. So right now we got 3 candidates up there: Jason Whitlock, Dave Portnoy, and Keith Olbermann. It's Whitlock and Portnoy up there 1-1. Keith Olbermann, he kind of retracted, so he kind of showed he ain't got no spine. These two morons insist that they're right. So yeah, so they up there.
Oh my God.
They're 1A and 1B. And by him waving the MAGA pom-pom, he feels that audience is going to embrace him. I hope they do. And strangle the out of his dumb. I just want to punch that. I don't know why, but I just want to punch that dude in the face.
I don't know why.
But I just want to punch him in the face. Let him infest the MAGA party all they want. Infest them. Take him, please. I'm begging you, MAGA. I'm hero mentality. Begging. Take him, embrace him. Again, embrace him with both hands around his neck. Please, that's all.
Oh my gosh. And now, thoughts from the throne.
All right, so ladies, y'all gotta stop this. Y'all gotta stop this. Find out who your baby daddy is. Really, truly, like it's crazy that the number of men that at the age of 18 find out that these are not their children. I've been hearing a lot of stories lately of a lot of men finding out that kids that they've thought for years were theirs isn't their child at all. And this is crazy. Because then this man, one of the things that are being used against men is this child support system. The government is encouraging women to put men on child support. But now we have a lot of these scandalous women lying on these men, saying that they're the fathers, and years pass, and you come to find out they're not the fathers. What is going to be done to repay this man? Something needs to be done. Again, where men are being under attack, we need to stick together, get together, whatever it is, work together, and find a solution to why this is happening. And ladies, come on, do better, because it's crazy, man. It's crazy out here when a man who's really been in this child's life finds out that it's not their child. We can do better.
April 15th, it's a day of infamy and a day of celebration. And no, neither of them has to deal with filing taxes. No. Unfortunately, 10 years ago on April 15th, there was a bombing at the Boston Marathon. I'm choosing not to lament, but celebrate. Because also on that same date, but way back in 1947, there was this player that my father kept telling me about every time I had an ear to listen, from the time I was 3 to the time I was 10. And he wore number 42. He wore the Dodger blue, and his name was Jackie Robinson. The fact he had to deal with so much vitriol and hatred and racism and did it without striking back, I understood as an adult why I couldn't as a child, why my father idolized this man. Because he was able to do something that he saw with a person who looked like him, spoke like him, and comported himself like him could do, that most of us in that same position could not. I toast to you, to my favorite baseball player of all time that will never change, Jack Roosevelt Robinson. Thank you for teaching all of us that civility, that strength of courage, and that grace can be in the form of a man. And those are thoughts from the throne. For Wize and Cole, I am Cole Johnson, here to say, imparting as we always do. Our secret technique is that we always speak with mentality. Until next week.
That's 100.